Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Your Competitive Edge with Baird and Warner. Today, we're going to talk about training, and there's a real reason for that because a lot of our audience here at Inman has expressed to us that even though they can't work in their business right now, they want to work on it. They want to get better. And we wanted to learn more about what brokerages can do to enable that. And so that's why I'm really excited to sit here today with Sarah Pelton. Sarah is Vice President of Learning and Development at Baird and Warner. Thanks for being here, Sarah.
Thank you so much for having me.
I am so glad you're here because there's a lot going on right now.
There's a
And
lot going on.
yeah. So I wanted to hear from you and from Baird and Warner and hear about what you guys are doing to help agents right now. What is the approach to training? I guess kind of with a before and after view because things have shifted a little bit.
Sure, absolutely. So at Baird and Warner, we have three levels of training. We have our Achieve training, which is for our new agents. We have our Ascend training that is specifically for our top producers, and that's always focused on they're already successful, so how can we enhance their lives? It's kind of personal and professional development focus, but also with a huge focus on networking with one another. And then we have our Accelerate training, which is just everybody across the board, right? Things that are no matter your level, where you can take something and take your business and continue to grow. And so training is something that is a forever at Baird and Warner. It is one of the things we're known for. It's an incredible part of our culture. We want to be known for having the best, most professional agents who do the best job at representing their buyers and sellers, landlords, tenants, whomever. And so it's always been a huge focus on Baird and Warner. So we really flipped on a dime
Mm.
when all of this happened. Like our stay-at-home order in Illinois, I think was issued on the 20th of March.
Mhm.
We actually had a remote virtual training program already implemented that began on the 16th
Wow.
of March with a call with Tom Ferry. So we just really kind of knew, we saw the writing on the wall, we knew what was happening, and our entire residential sales team and our training team just pulled together and said, all right, how are we going to do things differently? So we right away went into a three-part training series. We have webinars on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. And we're offering training to our agents at those three times, and the feedback has just been remarkable.
That's great. That's really exciting. So you're already going in with structure. And I
Yes,
feel like structure is really important because one of the victims of the current situation is focus,
yes.
is the ability to focus. So how do you think that that structure is helping, your agents focus?
Well, I think they know when to count on the material, right? They know that every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're going to be there for them with new content. And I will mention we have it recorded and we have all the supporting materials and everything on our intranet. So if they can't make it, it's there for them. But I have to say that a huge focus in our training has actually been the structure itself.
Yeah.
How to structure your day, what to be doing, how to keep business moving forward and not kind of standing still, because we know that if they're poised for the market when it turns around, they're going to shoot out like a rocket instead of kind of standing still.
Yeah, no, that's right. So they're really, really ready to hit the ground running. So you
Yeah.
mentioned it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I think when we talked before, they had some fun names. Would you share those
We
with?
did. So we have Mindset Monday, we have Win More Wednesdays, and Finish Strong Fridays. So I mean, super cheesy, right?
Super little.
But I think the whole idea is the Mindset Mondays are the one that I lead myself, and it's just so much fun to get our week started together as a group. You know, we've had in excess of 300 people on some of these webinars, which is over 10% of our company. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. And we're really focusing on mindset together and what an agent can be doing, as I said, every day to keep moving forward.
Sure. Those are great names. And so do you find that like the same people come to all three, or is there different um, personalities drawn to different topics?
You know, I think we've had a lot of regulars, I would say, right? A lot of the same people that we're seeing over and over again. But some of the sessions are more focused on buyers. You know, our Wednesday series has really been focusing on win more listings with Baird and Warner. And there was some training that we already had created that we've turned and kind of chunked up and divided into a 4-week series. And so that's been really well attended by a lot of our agents who are looking to increase their listings right now and forever.
Sure. So how did Baird and Warner, did you already have infrastructure in place for this kind of remote life?
So we were poised to be able to do it because we were educated, but
Hmm.
this is not the way we've done things before. One of the things that we really focus on as a company and as part of our culture is that being together and the discussion that can come from a live training, there's nothing that you can get to replace that, right? But we do a lot of regional training and a lot of training in other ways. And we were familiar with tools like Zoom. We're a Google Hangout, we're a Google company. Everything is in the G Suite. So we know Google Hangouts and we have meetings that way already. So we just flipped and said, we know what to do. Let's just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always a fine balance between technology and, getting work done. And
Yeah.
so how do you think that here we are, we're really relying on the technology to do any work right now. You can't really do much of anything without it. So how does Baird and Warner kind of set their agents up for success when it comes to technology?
We have incredible tools and resources. And in addition to training, I would say that's another thing that we've continually invested in. We have an amazing platform in KV Core, a CRM, and web tools for our agents. And we've always had a huge focus on that. And I think those are the tools that are allowing our agents to continue to stay in contact with their customers during this
Mhm.
time. We have a relationship with BombBomb, if you're familiar with them, the video company, and we've done some training with them during this time and how to communicate with your customers. And so video has always been a focus for us. And we're just continuing to see that, the agents who maybe may have been a little hesitant before have really jumped on board
That's
and moved
great.
forward with that.
That's wonderful. So you mentioned video. So I'm curious, as the VP of Learning and Development, how important is it to look at meeting agents where they are? Because some people are great on video, some people are great watching, things later versus live
Mhm.
conversations. Some people want to
Right.
read stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So how does Baird and Warner meet agents where they are with the material?
So our answer is we're going to give you all of it.
Yeah.
We've always, when it came to our launch of KV Core last year and, since, we've done a ton of video training that we've created and created a library of that content. We're part of leading real estate companies of the world. So we use their Inman InStudio platform that we've customized, and we have online learning resources always available for our agents. And then we have in-person training that's really important to us. And one of the things that has really changed during this time is our new agent training. So we are known across the area, and I think kind of across the country, for our new agent training. And we have this amazing 6-day program that I mentioned before called Achieve. Well, that's a live program. It's agents from, all of our 30 offices coming together at our home office downtown. And we've completely, again, kind of flipped on a dime and changed what we're doing there. So we actually launch next Tuesday with our new BW Achieve Online that
Wow.
we've created. And what we've done is we're setting it up as 2 hours of webinar in the morning, and then a whole host of videos that the agents are being asked to watch by the time we meet the following session, which is going to be, we're doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it may be 2 days later, it may be, 4 days later or whatnot. And then we're also providing them with the workbook that we typically use. And then at the end of those Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're doing kind of like a meetup for an hour. At the end of the day, we're inviting one of our senior executives, whether it be Steve Baird himself or Laura Ellis, Jennifer Warden, and they're going to join us, kind of chat with the group, and then we'll all be able to be there and answer any questions that they have that they accumulated during the day.
That's fabulous. What are you
Um,
seeing from new agents? It's a very strange time to be getting into this industry. It's very different from 2 months ago. So what are you seeing them come to you with, and what do they need from you?
Well, so what's so interesting about this is we've continued to hire new people. I just heard of a story of one of our managers in our South Loop office who had connected with an agent in October, had been talking about them with them the whole time about, getting their license and getting started. Well, they just had a virtual meeting. She signed her paperwork and she's going to be onboarded completely virtually. So, they're still joining us. They're still coming. And I think what they need and what they've always needed is their manager. Our managing brokers are full-time, they're non-competing, their success is based on the success of their agents. And so they're really there to be their coach, their mentor, and they're there to be that one-on-one resource. And then we're there to kind of provide the backbone and the structure of that training. We've also always had a piece of our new agent training called Achieve Local that is a 12 to 14-week series back in the office when the agents complete their training with us. And that's all about how to succeed in your local market. You know, that we do cover a really broad area here in Chicagoland. And so how you might write an offer in one market might really differ in another market in terms of how you can be successful. So they're still continuing to do that Achieve Local program in their office and really staying connected with their managing broker who's there with them to business plan and do all those important things that the managers are there for.
It's amazing. That's really impressive. So, Sarah, in our audience today, I imagine we have some agents who are not with Baird and Warner and are thinking about, how do I work on my business when I can't work in it today?
Yep.
What would you tell them? How would they create their own structure of learning and development so that they don't lose this time and so they can make the most of this time?
Absolutely. You know, two of the people that we follow at Baird Warner as a company are the Ninja way. We're a Ninja company. We actually just did our first installation earlier this year, and we have another one coming up in November. And Tom Ferry. We have a really great relationship with the Ferry organization. He has continued to be a partner with us over the last few weeks since this started. We're doing another webinar with he and his wife, Kathy Ferry, in a couple of weeks. And I really looked to the two of them in terms of what they're suggesting and things that we've already incorporated into our new agent training. And that's a daily action checklist. They're those things that you should be doing every day in order to be successful, right? Tom Ferry calls it the daily action checklist. Ninja calls it the Ninja 9. Whatever you call it, it's important as an agent to structure your day. So we're talking to our agents about, what time are you waking up every day? Do you have an alarm set, or are you just kind of rolling with the day? I think those things are really important now more than ever. I always say one of the best things about our industry is the flexibility. And it's also one of the worst things about our industry in terms of our agents.
Yes.
So this daily success checklist is a forever, right? What time are you waking up? Are you exercising and taking care of yourself? Are you meditating if that's something you like to do? Are you, are you taking the opportunity to, Are you taking the opportunity to do all those things that are important in your business? And what time are you showing up at the office every day, right? Once you get through your powerful morning routine, your mind is in the right place, your body's in the right place, because truly without those things, our business is nothing, right?
Yes.
What are you going to do every day? So are you checking in with your current clients? Are you checking in with your sphere of influence? Are you checking in with those new people you might have met at a virtual open house this weekend, or a regular open house in our normal times, or Chamber of Commerce meeting, that sort of thing? Are you checking in on the multiple listing service? Here in Illinois, in our multiple listing service, we have something called the Private Listing Network. And right now there are a ton of properties in that private listing network kind of waiting for things to turn around. There are a lot of sellers who've gone into a temporary status. As an agent, are you checking in those places to see if something does come along for those active buyers and sellers you have? Do you know about it? And so I think it's really staying engaged with your market, staying engaged with your people, and then continuing to learn. We've had a huge focus on now is the time to sharpen your axe. You may have more time that you would typically have been spending out with buyers and sellers. So what are you learning? How are you growing? How are you continuing to work in your business? And move forward.
I'm completely stealing that. Sharpen your axe.
Done. You got it. I think I stole it from somebody else, so
that's all right.
I can't take credit.
Giving. That makes so much sense to me, Sarah. So, for the takeaway for this conversation is create structure where you don't have it.
Yes.
Be your own guide. Put the guide rails up where you know what you're going to do every day. Have a plan. Execute the plan.
Yes.
And the plan can shift because the goals have shifted, but at least the plan is there.
Right. And, our agents can maybe potentially keep their end goal the same, but as you said, the way they get there is going to be different. And ultimately, they are the CEO of their own business. If they don't get up and show up for work every day, business isn't happening. And the way we're looking at it at Baird & Warner is we're open for business.
Yes.
We are helping buyers and sellers who want to buy and sell right now, just in a really different way than we were before. So we need to be prepared to take really good care of our clients. And that's what we're trying to help our agents do.
Fantastic. That's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with us today. I think this was really helpful and is going to give some folks some great visuals, especially sharpening that axe.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lauren. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye-bye.
Bye.